Hi, I'm Ekemini Samuel, and I'm a tech guy. I love tech. I love building products. It's something I've had a love for as long as I can remember. When I was in university studying chemical engineering, one of my favorite subjects was this computer course we did in my second year, and I liked it so much. We had this assignment that I was doing, and I helped my friends do. So, one of my friends came up with the name Techie. So in school, for my second year, almost everyone called me Techie. In church, in the hostel, in classes, Techie. And yeah, over time, I have gone on to be in the tech space, do tech as a career, writing, backend development, and now I have activated founder mode. Yeah, more time is going into building products, testing ideas. This year alone, in the past 9 months of this year, 2025, I've come up with at least 9 ideas. So, what I have told myself for the next 3 months is to implement those ideas, at least three of them, right? Because it's not about coming up with ideas, it's actually implementing them. I was talking with my friend, my very good Yoruba friend. She's very fine. I mean, we've not met yet, but we've been talking about it every day for like 2 months now. So I came up with this idea. I shared it with her, and we talked about it, and we both agreed to like work on it. And 2 weeks after, we are seeing that there's a similar app already doing marketing. So you can have lots of ideas, but it's important to implement. Now I'm at the workspace today doing some research. Actually, what I'm gonna show you now started 3 days ago. I was studying Nigeria's billionaires, like not just people who are rich both in Nigeria, Africa, and on the global standing. And two things stood out for me. They are either into oil and gas, like they went into oil and gas in the ni- early 2000s or 1990s, so it's like 30 years ago, or some got into telecommunications. Now, fun story, my dad worked at Nitel. He was into telecommunications. If you were, I don't know how old you are, but if you remember back then, landlines, my dad was working at Nitel, the major um, telecoms company back at the time. So at home, we had all this landline phone we used to use to communicate once in a while. Sometimes he calls from the office, we call him. So he was my first introduction to tech. He got me my first computer at age 5 or so for my birthday gift. So we had this big Unix book at home, which I always love to go through. I still have that book at home, very huge. Unix. Unix is like one of the oldest, programming languages for the Linux operating system. Another story. So yeah, my dad, put this tech mindset in me. And you asked me why I went to go and study chemical engineering. When I had before I did chemical engineering, I was already doing like computer hardware, all of that. I'll share more than another video. And in 2016, one day my mom came back from the office and you know, she told me that, hi, Kimini, I heard about this new programming language called Python, at the office. Some guys were using it. So, yeah, side story. So, back to what I was saying, I discovered that two sectors where many Nigerian, you know, billionaires focus on is oil and gas and telecommunications. You know, um, Glow, Nine Mobile, Airtel, MTN, big money there. So I was just looking up, how to tap into the ecosystem, reselling data and all of that. So it's been on my mind a couple of days now. So I made a post on my Substack today, and I was like, with AI and all of that, it's the time to build applications is like much faster now. It doesn't take so much time. And I made a post and I said you can build 10 apps in 3 months. And one guy was like, 10 complex apps, is that possible? And I told him no, it can start simple. So I was just about to list some ideas on the post and I shared one. Then the second one now came in as this. a real-time network speed tracker for Nigerian network providers. And here we are. And after my class, after some study today, I just did some research, did like some draft of a PRD, and boom, this is what we have. So yeah, this is NaijaSpeed. It's a real-time network speed tracker. That's like what it does. And also you can use it to buy cheap data, cheap internet. You can have insight. We have AI plugged into it. You can have insight into which network is having good speed at a time per location based on where you're at. You could see which, if you have like multiple uh, network providers at the time, you can get information on which one to switch to. All of that is being provided here. So I'll give you a rundown of all of that. We have some data insights here that show you the trends and the speed of each network with their heat maps. So it's simple. You're in Nigeria, you want to know what network to use. You come here, you start a speed test. Let's try that out. So it runs a ping, ping it to see which what's the current speed of your network, and it can automatically detect which network you're using. And it has detected that right now I'm using Airtel. So let's see the ping. Great. It shows I'm currently having a 98.5 megabytes per second, and this is through our AI system. It says with that network speed, it is excellent for 4K streaming. So if I want to watch a course on YouTube or Netflix and chill, I have a good network, right? It shows the download and upload speed here. And yeah, fun fact, we have a gamification kind of feature added here. You get badge for each test you run. You can have a rank across locations, and you can keep it streak. So let's check other features of the NaijaSpeed application. So yeah, we have this AI feature here where you can use our assistant to buy data for you, literally through voice or chat or text or prompting. So first you have to connect your number, which you will do by verifying an OTP. Excuse me. And also, you can fund your wallet. Yeah. So right now, we use Paystack to run the funds, and I have a balance of 2,000. There's a 25k, 2.5k balance here right now. So I can use it to purchase data. I could just, you know, I could either buy it manually, or I could use our AI system to give it prompt and say buy 5 gig MTN data. And after I connect my number, verify, fund my wallet, this AI tool can buy that data and create a line with that amount of data. So we have all these features to make it fun, make it more interactive, and all of that. So yeah, this is a quick demo of NaijaSpeed. Internet is what they call the new what. There's this Airtel trend that used to happen, whether internet is life or something, data is life. But I mean, we live in an age where you have to be always connected. Not like you have to, but I mean, most of the time, some of us have work that run fully on the internet. So internet is a very, very important asset you should all have. And if it's a good asset, it will need you to always know how your network is performing at a time per location. That is where Niger Speed comes in. No doubt there are other, speed testers you can use, but this is custom to the network providers in the region of Nigeria. And we have these cool features you should try out. So what are you waiting for? Go on to NaijaSpeed.com and test your internet today. I'll see you later. I'm Ekemini Samuel. Have a lovely day. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.